So today we want to make a product video with everything you see here. I'm gonna talk more about that. First, I'm gonna go ahead and show you the video that we made. Cool video, right? We haven't made it yet, so I have no idea what it's gonna look like. Hopefully it turns out really good. So I kind of set up this stuff on the table really jankily, if that's a term, to really just illustrate the ridiculousness of how much I feel like I've gone a little overboard with a couple of things that we've bought. By the way, I probably should have said this a lot sooner. This is not sponsored. They have 3 flavors. They're a brand new company out of Texas, and so we had to have all 3 flavors. Of course, Ranch Water itself, the actual mixed drink, is made of tequila, which we actually don't have out here. Could I get the tequila? Oh well, I'll get that in a second. So that's not even here. We had to get tequila, we had to get limes, and then seltzer water, which typically here in Texas, people make it with topo a lot. So anyways, I'll talk more about why we did what we did, with the reason why we have Sprite here. We bought some fake ice, some dollar store glasses, all that stuff. So, and then this is, you can barely see our lovely backdrop that we purchased from Storyblocks. Again, not sponsored. And here I'm showing also we even have a little smoke machine set up that Kara hates because it stinks. Probably because it's been sitting in an attic and the fog juice has not been changed. So, I don't know. Let's see how it goes. All of this is inspired by Austen Paul and the way he does all his product commercials in his living room in his house. So we wanted to do the same thing here in our living room. I'll show you a shot of our kind of blank slate living room that we're working with. And we want to try his TV background idea instead of going on location somewhere. So here we go. All right, so we've just spent like a really long time trying to get this first main shot set up. It's really important that we get this one kind of knocked out because we want to make sure we keep all of our limes intact. We did kind of have like whole limes that we thought we were, anyways. We play with a lot of different combos. This is kind of what we came up with for now. We're using a couple different lights. The Godox is our main key light, obviously, right? And then we have both, actually all 3 of them are set to like tungsten. I'll post links in the description to all the stuff we're using. They're super cheap. This is like a $20 light. This is like a $100 light or something. That's like a $100 light. We are still very much DIY filmmakers in this case, as you can probably see with our cords, and I'm using a mic stand to hold this because we don't have C-stands yet and stuff like that. I don't remember what time we started today, but it's past lunchtime and we still haven't shot a single thing. But now that we kind of have a lot of these things going, I think the hope is that we'll get this main shot done and then all the rest of it will just be tweaking and going from there. So obviously after me talking, you'll see these couple of clips and then we'll move on to the next shot. So right now we're gonna do, this is not on the original shot list. I don't know why we're adding shots whenever we have like no time left, but we want to get a little bit closer. I already shot it, but I'll cut in like kind of the view from the camera right now of what we're seeing, but I just think it's gonna look really cool. I'm gonna attempt to pour without shaking the TV and the ground. We live on pier and beam hardwood floors, so every time if I like bounce up and down, you can probably see things shake. Yep, everything just shook. Okay, last thing I'll say too, while I get in closer here, is that we opened the door. I don't know if Kara wants to pan over and show that. Yeah, it probably blown out too. But we opened our front door to give a little bit of a highlight, but it adds that nice little, yeah, okay. Anyways, so here we go. We're gonna shoot. You guys are gonna watch me do this extra shot. Still got the same lighting setup. We're not gonna like re-show you, but we just scooted them around and made them work better. Okay, you ready?
Yeah. Stop.
We're still rolling.
Yeah. That might be the shot that you use.
All right, I think that we're gonna go check that out. Honestly, I'm probably gonna use that. Sound like we got it. Because every time we have to redo this shot, we have to clean out the glass and re-pour and waste. We're actually pouring
Delicious
real ranch water. Again, not sponsored, but we do love their drink, and it does taste phenomenal. We're kind of drinking them while we're working on this shoot, which is awesome.
So the end of the shoot might end up being a little warbly.
Oh, yeah.
That might be the shot that you use.
You're right, past Kara. We're going to do a spinning can shot, which should be pretty simple. But we literally, I feel like this is worth noting, just spent, I don't know how much time trying to get the can in the center of the turntable because it would, yeah, anyways. So you have it perfect now, Kara?
Yeah, I measured it.
Okay. Yeah, so I'll show you a clip of Kara measuring it. These should be two pretty easy shots. We're just going to do an upper label and then a lower label. And same lighting setup. We just kind of adjusted them to key them, you know, accordingly. So, all right, here we go. Okay, so we're trying to do a close-up macro shot of the bubbles, and our camera lenses, none of them are doing what I want them to do. We're trying to get the fizzy water, and we're trying to like use skewers and like, anyways, as you can see probably is we've got the iPhone, and it's iPhone 8, trying to do, because slow-mo will do 120 frames per second. To us in our eyes, I don't know if you can see it on the screen, probably not. It looks pretty good. We'll see how well it turns out. But anyways, this is actually not, it's not turning out. It's kind of a nightmare. And it's not working. It's such a dud. Bloop. Anyways, we tried it with the skewers. I think this might be one that we don't end up using. I don't know. Here's the skewer shot. Oh, I went too low. Let's try that again. It's not fizzy anymore. So at this point we have, can you tell I'm defeated by my macro shot? Maybe it'll look good. Maybe I'll be surprised. We still have like two of the hardest shots to do, which one of them sounds easy. We need to pop open the can and we want to get fizz. The other one is, it's kind of a trick shot. So like it's easier to show you than explain it. So we'll cut to that later. There's a chance because it's already like 7:30 that we may end up having to finish the last shot or two shots tomorrow. So for now, I don't know. We're going to figure out what we're going to do. But almost there. We did get a really cool, I'll show you. I don't think we cut and told you what we were doing, but this really cool shot of the tequila bottle. The last shot that we did today was trying to pop the top on the can, which really I think most filmmakers probably or artists or creative people would be like, oh, you're gonna see like the fizz and all that stuff, and so that's what we wanted to shoot. We tried to get as close as we could with the macro lens I do have, and I put some Alka-Seltzer on top. I call it effervescent tablets, and Kara keeps laughing at me like I'm an 80-year-old man. The reason I say that is because it doesn't have to be the brand Alka-Seltzer. You can find other effervescent tablets, Kara. Anyways, they're the type of tablets that when you put in water, they fizz, right? That's what we've been using this whole time. We have some Alka-Seltzer that's just plain. It's not like cold or flu. It's just like, I think for headaches or something. I don't even know. But it works great for fizzy water. And I sprinkled some on the top and thought maybe that would work. And I can't tell you how many times we like practiced before we did it because we didn't want to waste too many cans, because once you open it, you open it. And I tried to get a little spray bottle of water, and it just, I don't think it's going to look exactly like we hoped. I saw in a Daniel Schiffer video something similar happen, so we kind of knew it might turn out that way. So maybe in post I'll try and add some, you know, spray or something to make it look a little bit more. Or we may just lose that shot. I don't know. We'll figure that out later. So anyways, that was the last shot. I think that's all But if I remember anything, I'll tell you about it tomorrow. Can you tell I'm tired? Been a long day of filming cans of alcoholic beverages. Hey, it's the next day. So we've already been working. We woke up and did our breakfast thing, and yeah. So we've already done 2 shots. What we basically did that I think is important to note is we kind of went through and lined up all the shots we got yesterday just to make sure the story was kind of stitching together, because there was still kind of a part at the end that I wasn't sure about. So I'm glad we did that, because once we got them all laid on the timeline, it was kind of like, shot number 3 didn't really work like we thought, and then we didn't really have a way to get to the ending shot. So did some brainstorming, came up with 2 more. So I'll show you those right now as I'm talking, but we did one where we opened the can from the top down instead of the way we were doing it before. Then we did a shot of where you can see the glass here. Basically, we're squeezing lime into the glass. Anyway, so we have 1 shot left to do. So far, so good. A lot of the stuff we got yesterday, we feel really good about. We made up some of the clips that I think we're feeling better about today. We just have one that's like gonna be nearly impossible to pull off, because it's kind of, they're stealing the shot from Austen Paul, and he uses a probe lens, and we don't have one of those, so we'll see what happens. All right. You guys like my janky, like, I'm not even trying to hide it. I know I already said that, but I'm just loving it. Okay, got all the shots done. That's a wrap, yay! So we ended up using the GoPro because it can get wet, and no other camera lens that we had was really doing what we needed it to do, and we don't have the probe lens, and anyways, I'm not gonna bore you with it, but that was the last shot. I think we pulled it off. Obviously, you've probably already seen the whole commercial and stuff at this point, so you know if we did or we didn't. Because at this point, I haven't edited anything. I still have no idea how this is going to go. But I just wanted to jump on here and say, this is the end of the day. We need to get our house cleaned up and picked up and eat lunch. And our daughter's been at my mom's house, and she needs to come home. I figured I would end by just one of these ranch waters that we had to open for our opening shot to waste. And we'll just do a little cheers. Kara has to do it with the camera in mind, so, or hand. But cheers. That's a wrap. So I'll see you guys in the future, to future Chris. Hey, look, we're back. It's actually much later. It's actually exactly a week later. And at this point, I've edited pretty much all of it. Like, it's pretty much done. You do some color grading, maybe tweak a couple things that I'm just being nitpicky about. But there was one clip, the lime clip, where we squeezed it. We just weren't feeling it. There's a lot of reasons, but one of the main ones that was kind of out of focus a little bit. And just... Oh, I'll tell you, because that's the point of this vlog, right? I did motion thinking I was gonna like do some sort of, and I just ended up wanting to punch in digitally. The composition was weird. We were both just like, all right, we're gonna reshoot this again on Saturday. So here we are. We shot everything else last Saturday. I actually put some, I should have kept it so I could show you. You'll just have to use your imagination, but I put some pieces of torn cardboard on a tripod because I don't have a slider, and just used it to slide on the hardwood floor. And then we had another pro hack that I think, this is something that like I didn't know. We just literally figured it out on set, but we used a round lime like this, and it might be better to show you on like a one like this or whatever. But I went through, because we tried it with 1/2 and Kara just couldn't like squeeze it. They're really tough, right? But then I took a knife and just sliced each line, and then inside the meat of it, like just really, you couldn't tell. It still looked pretty much like a lime, but it just shredded. And that was the clip we ended up keeping. Anyways, I just wanted to jump on here. This is a lot longer than it was probably should have been, just to tell you we had to come back and reshoot. We're gonna get this one done, get it out, so that we can get to more of these and start getting more better at these. And yes, I said more better. All right, that's all for now. Kara dared me to drink it, and we used a lot of Alka-Seltzer.
Kara did not dare you to drink.
Yeah, she did.
I joked you should take a drink, and you're like, I'll take a drink.
So it's Sprite because we don't want to waste real ranch water and tequila and all that stuff. And we put Alka-Seltzer in it so that it will bubble, and we've been squeezing limes in it, so it's probably got about 2 full limes of juice, is what Kara says on it. So it's actually pretty good. It actually is pretty good. And it'll cure your headaches because it's got a ton of Alka-Seltzer in it. So
And a lot of vitamin C.
And a lot of vitamin C.